I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Annie.
Welcome to this month's Annie's Mailbox lesson. Today, we're going to read a letter from a young lady named Sylvia. Sylvia is a reader. She loves to read. She loves reading and she thinks reading is fun.
Yep, we know this because of the title of Sylvia's letter. Reading is fun. Sylvia is a bookworm and she's not afraid to say it.
Sylvia, everyone, she's a bookworm. You can always find her reading. Her head and her nose, they're always in a book. She's a bookworm. She's always reading, always learning from books, etc.
Yep, and get this. Sylvia doesn't only read regular books. She reads comic books too. Useful ones.
Really? Useful comic books, huh? Such a thing exists?
Apparently.
Really? 真的吗? Actually, this isn't too crazy an idea. Anyways, before we go any further with this, we should start reading from Sylvia's story. But before we can do that, we have to take a short break.
Right. One note. This is Annie's mailbox, so over the course of our lesson, we will stop reading now and again to make some corrections to Sylvia's grammar.
You bet. That's enough talking for now. Let's take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be back soon.
Reading is fun.
Dear Annie, I think reading books can help me learn a lot. For example, I like a comic book about how to survive. Most people think reading comic books can't help you learn things. However, this book teaches me many things, such as what I should do when earthquakes hit or typhoons come. Different books can teach me different kinds of information that I can't learn from textbooks. Reading is fun, so I love it. I should read more and more to learn the information that I don't know. Sincerely, Sylvia.
Explanation 1.
Welcome back to this month's Annie's Mailbox lesson. A person named Sylvia is the author of this month's letter to Annie. Her letter is titled, Reading is Fun.
好 ，Sylvia 这封信是在谈阅读的乐趣，她应该很热爱阅读。那我们在开场的时候用到 bookworm 来称呼她 ，book， 然后后面加上虫 ，worm。那么字面意思是书虫，那它是用来指书呆子，也就是那种喜欢阅读而且会花大量时间来读书的人。Okay, let's get started. Sylvia's letter to Annie begins by saying, "Dear Annie, I think reading books can learn a lot. For example, I like a comic book about what to survive." We've got a lot that we need to fix here. Shall we dig in?
We shall. Sylvia, your first two sentences don't make any sense. Are you learning or are the books learning? Because it sounds to me as though these reading books are doing the learning. Oh, yo. I think you're trying to say that reading helps you to learn. That you learn and not the books, which would make no sense at all. To make yourself clear, you should say, reading books can help me learn a lot. By the way, another error like this will come up again soon. See if you can spot it and fix it.
好，我们来看 Sylvia 这封信的第一句是 I think reading books can learn a lot. 我认为阅读可以学到很多事物。乍听之下，这个英文句子很符合中文的语义，但它其实是中式英语，它不符合英文的用法。人才会学到东西，并不是阅读学到东西，所以 Sylvia 应该要把 reading books can learn a lot 改成 reading books can help me learn a lot. 阅读可以帮助我学到很多事物，这样子句子才会通顺。那我们来看一组例句来对照这个正确和错误的用法，像是 listening to music can relax. 听音乐可以放松，这是错的哦。应该说 listening to music can help you relax. 听音乐能够帮助你放松，这样才是对的。
Further, in your second sentence there, Sylvia, your usage is off, not quite right. You can learn what to do in some situation, but if you want to use the verb survive here, you should say that you want to learn how to survive. For example, reading books can help you to learn a lot of things, like how to tie your shoes.
好，再看到信件的下一句 For example, I like a comic book about what to survive. 例如，我喜欢的一本漫画就是在谈论生存之道，其中的 survive 这个动词呢，它有生存存活的意思。那它的名词是 survival。那像我们可以用 survival skills 来表达生存技能、求生技能。好，那我们这边来学习 WH 疑问词加不定词这样的方式呢，它可以构成名词片语，用来当主词啊、受词或是补语用。像我们句子里面的名词片语 what to survive。这个名词片语是用来当 about 的受词。好，那 what to survive 是要表达说要存活下来所需的事物。可是我们说的生存之道应该是说如何生存，生存的方法。这时候就应该改用疑问词 how 来询问方法，所以要用 how to survive 来表达该如何生存。好，我们来造个例句。I don't know how to solve the math problem. 我不知道该如何解这个数学题。So the first two sentences should read.
I think reading books can help me learn a lot. For example, I like a comic book about how to survive.
Wait a minute, Jeff, you learned how to tie your shoes by reading a book? When I learned to tie my shoes, I wasn't able to read yet.
Well, me neither. I was reading a comic book, so I wasn't really reading. There were a lot of pictures, but I did learn something useful, and that's what counts. So there you go. Comic books, useful comic books, they do exist, okay? I have to admit it. Comic books can help you learn sometimes. By the way, Sylvia, she believes this too.
Right. Next, she says, most of people think reading comic books can't learn things. It looks like we might need to make the third correction of the day right now. And there might be a bit more in there too.
Yeah, that correction I said you might want to look for and fix. Anyways, Sylvia, here, don't say most of people, okay? Don't, okay? There are two ways of saying what you're trying to say. You can have the word most plus a noun and most of the plus a noun. Now, that second case I should say, most of the plus noun, that means most of some specific, exact group. Now, in that case, you have to use the, okay? You have to have the article the. Now, you, Sylvia, you are not referring to some specific group. So, you don't need the. Just say most people, in this particular situation. For example, most of the time, I work at home. Most people work at an office.
Sylvia 的下一句写道 Most of people think reading comic books can't learn things. 大多数人认为看漫画无法学到东西。好，这个句子有2个错误。我们先看到 reading comic books can't learn things. 这部分我们前面讲过咯，人才会学到东西，或者是人学不到东西。主角是人，漫画并不会学习，所以这边要改成 reading comic books can't help you learn things. 看漫画无法帮助你学到东西。那另外一个错误是在句子开头的 most of people. 我们要表达大多数的什么什么，有2种表达方式，一种是 most 加名词，另一种是 most of the 加上名词。这2种的用法差异就在于 most of the 加上名词这个部分含有定冠词 the， 它是用来表达某一个特定群体当中的大部分，这个 the 是不能省略的哦。举例来说 Most people have a smartphone. 大多数的人都有智慧型手机。Most of the students have a smartphone. 在那些学生当中，大部分的人都是有智慧型手机的，所以我们这边有特定的群体是那些学生。好，那我们回头来看 Sylvia 的句子，它是要表达大多数的人认为看漫画无法学到东西，这并没有要特别指哪一个特定群体，所以要把 most of people 改成 most people 才比较恰当。So the sentence should read,
Most people think reading comic books can't help you learn things.
Well, comic books are not for the birds, everyone. Not a chance. Sylvia is going to prove that to us today by talking to us about her survival comic book. Further, Jeff here learned to tie his shoes by reading a comic book. Amazing, right?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I couldn't agree more. Anyway, let's hear some more from Sylvia. However, she continues, this book teaches me many things, such as what should I do when earthquakes hit or typhoons come? That's not right, so let's go ahead and make the 4th correction of the day. Sylvia, what should I do is a question. Here, you're not really asking a question, okay? The position of your subject and verb should be different, as in what I should do. And the pattern would be what plus subject plus verb in this situation. For example, what you should do is lock the door and the windows too.
好，信件的下一句写道 However, this book teaches me many things, such as what should I do when earthquakes hit or typhoons come. 然而这本漫画教会了我很多事情，像是地震发生啊，或是台风来袭时我该做些什么。好，这边我们先来介绍 WH 疑问词引导名词子句的用法。WH 疑问词呢，可以引导名词子句，让它在句子里面当主词、受词或是补语用。那它的句型结构是 WH 疑问词加主词加动词。特别注意这个主词的位置是摆在动词前面哦。例如 I don't know where he lives. 我不知道他住在哪里。其中的名词子句 where he lives 是当受词，也就是动词 know 的受词。好，回头来看 Sylvia 的句子，她不是要真的问问题，所以 what should I do 这边应该要改成名词子句的用法，要改成 what I should do 才正确。So the correct sentence should read,
However, this book teaches me many things, such as what I should do when earthquakes hit or typhoons come. Okay, everyone, we're almost there. Only one sentence remains for now. Once we read it, we can take a break.
Okay, Sylvia says, different books can teach me different kinds of information that I can't learn from textbooks.
From books to comic books to anything else and beyond. Sylvia is a big fan of books. Anyways, folks, with that, it's now time for a break.
Right, but don't go away. We'll be back soon. Explanation 2.
Welcome back, everyone. Today on Annie's Mailbox, we've been reading a letter called Reading is Fun, written by a person named Sylvia.
Sylvia is a big fan of books. You can find her at a library near you if you happen to live near her.
But you're probably right. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep on reading. We're almost done. Next, Sylvia says, because reading is fun, so I love it.
Uh-oh.
Now, I understand her and all, but her grammar is off. So, let's go ahead and make the final correction of the day. Sylvia, the words because and so, they're both used to connect parts of a sentence. Okay, that's true. That's great. Here's the thing. You can only use one at a time. Okay, you can't use both at the same time. So, go with one or the other, but not both. Okay? Say, reading is fun, so I love it. Or, because reading is fun, I love it. Don't mix and match. For example, I've been here for hours, so I'm tired. Or, because I've been here for hours, I'm tired.
Sylvia 在最后一个段落写道 Because reading is fun, so I love it. 因为阅读很有趣，所以我喜爱阅读。句子里面的 because 表示因为 so 表示所以，那它们两个都是连接词。虽然中文里面我们会说因为怎么样，所以怎么样，可是在英文里面只能用一个连接词来连接两个句子。Because 和 so 只要择一使用，就可以表达出因为怎么样，所以怎么样的意思。例如 Because she is a vegetarian, she doesn't eat meat. 也可以说成 She is a vegetarian, so she doesn't eat meat. 因为她吃素，所以她不吃肉。那我们回头来看 Sylvia 的句子 Because 和 so 呢，应该选一个用就好咯。所以可以说 Reading is fun, so I love it. 或者是 Because reading is fun, I love it. So the correct sentence should read
Reading is fun, so I love it.
Okay, folks, we're there. Yep, we've reached the final sentence of the day. Sylvia says, I should read more and more to learn the information that I don't know.
Hey, that sounds pretty good to me. Okay, everyone, with that, it's official. This month's Annie's Mailbox is now complete.
Right, but don't worry, we'll be back next month with more Annie's Mailbox. Sound good? I thought so. Bye-bye for now.
Reading is fun.
Dear Annie, I think reading books can help me learn a lot. For example, I like a comic book about how to survive. Most people think reading comic books can't help you learn things. However, this book teaches me many things, such as what I should do when earthquakes hit or typhoons come. Different books can teach me different kinds of information that I can't learn from textbooks. Reading is fun, so I love it. I should read more and more to learn the information that I don't know. Sincerely, Sylvia.
Hi, can I help you? I'm having a party later this week. I need to buy a dessert for it.
Well, we have roll cakes, pies, cookies, and many others.
Do you have anything with chocolate?
Lots of our desserts have chocolate. We use milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and chocolate cream.
Which chocolate dessert is the most popular?
Everyone loves our chocolate roll cake. We use the finest dark cocoa beans from Brazil.
I'll take one of those then.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看1分钟的单元。在这1分钟的时间里面，我们这次要来看5个句子，看看这些句子哪里出了问题，然后把这些错误订正过来。同学们，您都准备好没？好，准备好了，1分钟计时，开始。第一句是 I think reading books can learn a lot。我认为阅读可以让我学到很多事物。字面意思虽然就是说看书可以学到很多，可是学的是人在学习，不是书在学习，所以你可以说。看书可以帮助我学到很多，你可以说 Reading books can help me learn a lot。第二句 For example, I like a comic book about what to survive。例如我喜欢一本漫画，就是在谈生存之道。生存之道就是如何生存嘛。那你如果说 what to survive 是说要存活下来所需要的事，应该是谈如何生存。这个如何要 how 来表示方法才正确，所以要说 how to survive。第三句 Most of people think reading comic books can't learn things。大多数人认为看漫画无法让人学到东西。那要表达大多数的什么什么，你可以用 most 加上名词，或是 most of 的加名词。那没有要表达特定群体，你就用 most people 就好了。还有后面那个一样，帮我加上这个 help you learn things 好不好？不要直接说读漫画书学东西，这是错的。好，第四句 However, this book teaches me many things, such as what should I do when earthquakes hit or typhoons come 好，没关系，我已经失败到想笑了。不管怎么样，我继续念完后面哦。Such as what should I do when earthquakes hit or typhoons come？ 然而，这本漫画教会了我很多事情，像是地震发生或是台风来袭时，我该做些什么。所以呢，我们想表达我该做，我应该做什么，对不对？这不是在问问题哦。那这时候我们就是用 WH 疑问词去引导一个名词子句来当它的这个受词，所以你要说 What I should do 应该是疑问词主词加动词的结构才正确。那么第5句 Because reading is fun, so I love it。因为阅读很有趣，所以我喜爱阅读。那么 because 是因为 so 是所以，这两个都是连接词，我们只能2选1。所以呢，你要么就说 Because reading is fun, I love it， 或者是 Reading is fun, so I love it，2选1就好了。好啦，不管怎么样，我们还是要讲完5句。然后呢，时间就先不管了，学会最重要，对不对？下1个月我们再继续努力吧。我们下次见，拜拜。
See you next time.